Jeff and Jeremy in the Morning podcast brought to you commercial free by another podcast. You've subscribed to ours, now subscribe to theirs. It's the Slow County Real Estate Podcast with Hal Swayze. When you're done with this, go listen to something that will actually enrich your life. California DRE 011119111.
He says, if you remember the position you woke up in and you lay back down in that same position, you will re-enter the dream.
No, that's a lie. That is such a lie.
Says.
That is such a lie. That's impossible.
Sounds like a bunch of malarkey to me too, but I'm not.
It's like
you're a liar,
my parents telling me, "Oh, if you swallow your gum, it stays in your stomach for 7 years." I mean, come on, I'm not buying that.
Rich said he had a dream about killing somebody last night. You want to tell us who it was?
We did ban Rich yesterday, right? From the program.
It was Monday. Yeah, that was a joke. Hey, we were just kidding around, man. What are you talking about? They say dreams could be memories of past life, according to Kyle the Complainer. Let's see here. Doug, who won't ride roller coaster, says he always has a violent dream, like he's defending himself or getting a fight with multiple people. Yeah, see, these dreams have to mean something. There must be a reason for it. Actually, we got somebody on the phone here that wanted to weigh in that says she has some dream experience. Go ahead.
About, 10, 15 years ago, I was seeing a, alternative doctor, a homeopathic type of person, and they said that our dreams, the reason why they're so wacky, and they sort of make no sense is because our brains hold on to like little bits and pieces from all the things that we see throughout any given day, like, things you see on the TV, things you even hear. You think of all the different things, and you think now with social media and all the things we see on the internet, it all just like these little leftover bits and pieces of those images are, get trapped there, and that's why we have these strange dreams.
Since Doge has come out, I did have a dream about me and a Helon. We were hanging out on a boat.
Were you buying Grippa Teslas? The new MAGA hat?
And he was like, Jeremy, you want another beer? And I'm like, you know it, brother.
All right, we'll get you one. Here you go.
That's all I remember about the dream.
I just met a girl. I got to give her a baby.
There was other people on the boat. It was a sailboat. I was up towards the front, and he was like in the middle, and he was walking up, and he's like, hey, do you need another beer? And I'm like, yep. And then I don't remember anything else.
What she was saying makes a lot of sense, though. It's kind of like, it's like our real lives are somewhat organized. We function, we go through them, we get everything in control, and we go on our day, and we wake up in the morning, and we eat some breakfast, then we go to work, and then we come home for the day, and we're just, we're very conditioned. But along the way, we run into so many tidbits of information, and some of it might be like some of the stuff that we're talking about right now. And it's almost like it's, when they go out and they shoot a movie, and you know this a little bit from doing a little bit of TV news. When you go out and shoot a news package, which is like, a 2-minute segment about a story or something that's happening in the community, you end up shooting like 15, 20 minutes of actual footage, and most of it doesn't make it into the package. It gets dumped on they call it the editing room floor. Our brains, when we sleep, must be the editing room floor. I mean, it's all
the extra stuff.
All the extra stuff that we don't need in our lives, but they're incorporating themselves into our dreams. And then sometimes, if you are experiencing something that you're putting a lot of thought behind, you will have dreams about those. Like during fantasy football season, I have dreams about fantasy football trades all the time, or results.
I never have a dream about you ever.
Yeah, I never have it because we get enough. Much. We get enough of each other. That's what it is.
Isn't that weird? I mean, 30. I think it's been almost 30 years. Like in 27, and I think it'll be 30 years we met. And so, that's pretty wild. That is pretty wild. Hi, you're on with Jeff and Jeremy. Go ahead.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are we doing?
Hey, Brian.
Was just waiting to hear your take on this.
I've never had a dream about Brian either.
Yeah, either have I. I don't know your take. The Mayor of Nipomo, ladies and gentlemen.
Don Los Osos.
You've had it? Oh, don't say that. Now, Don.
Wait a second. What?
So I think I wanted to build on Jeff's point there. It's like editor room floor. we're picking up a lot of B-roll.
Yeah.
That's what the YouTubers call it. Mm-hmm. B-roll.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they call it. And also along the lines of like, are you guys familiar with RAM? Like in a computer?
Yes.
Like your memory width. Yes. Well, there's a catch with used memory. So maybe that's adding to our dreams.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So like if you're done with a task on your computer and it wasn't that crazy, there's extra, like they call it CACHE, a cache, a memory cache. Sometimes you have to clear that if you've got bad cookies for your browser.
So are you saying that
you
if
clear
you
your cache,
if you lead a boring, mundane life, the better your dreams are, the more scintillating they are, because you have a lot of excess?
No, I think that if you live a boring life, you have a lot of normal catch space. So you probably have like really normal, crazy, like chill dreams, like calm dreams. Oh, kitties, unicorns, crap. But if you're like, if you're like somebody who's like reviewing Facebook content, you probably have some really messed up dreams.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I really appreciate the humor
saying?
that you're bringing to this, Brian. But I am very serious about wanting to know more about my dreams, and there's got to be somebody out there that can tell me.
No one's more serious than me about wanting to know about your dreams, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Thank you, the mayor of Nipomo, right there.
I mean, like, seriously, you binge watch Bigfoot YouTube videos and murder scandals. I mean, like, your dreams have to be crazy. They have to just
No,
be
they're
nuts.
not. You know what they're always about? People we used to work with, like 20, 30 years ago. The guys that we worked with back at in Seattle, and when we were just interns and producers on a morning show.
I did. I'll tell you this. When I worked for him,
I dream about those guys almost not all the time, but on a regular basis, once every
crazy.
I don't know, 6
that is
months.
insanity, because like at the time, in the moment when we worked for them, they were very overbearing. It was a different time. You didn't get to claim hostile work environment in the late 90s. I mean, you just had to go and deal with the hostile work environment. But I would have nightmares all the time when I was in the weeds for about, a year after leaving that job, and then being like, God, this job's ridiculous. I need a distraction. So I went to college. That was fun.
I had a dream about killing Bigfoot one time. And the weird part about it was we were in the city. And he was chasing me down this little, and he was chasing down.
Are you reading?
Shut up.
Are you reading a text? Who said that? Who texted that in?
He's making fun of me. He says it's Daniel, the community note moderator. He said I had a dream once about killing Bigfoot. The weird part was it was in the city, and he was chasing down this little short guy on an overpass. You forgot a very important part, you jackass.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on 93.3 KZOZ.
Jeff, we got a poll question running right now at KZOZ.com, brought to you by Justin Stearns at Assist Home Loans. We're celebrating COVID-19 being 5 years ago, being a global pandemic. I don't know if that celebrates the right word, but it was 5 years ago, and a lot of people, you hear about it on the news, are talking about COVID-19 again. I heard the ABC report this morning saying that, well, there might have been even more deaths than what were reported because blah, 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 which we also know that there was a lot of people that, went to the hospital for one thing and then they said they died of COVID. And I was like, wait, that doesn't seem, and that would happen time and time again. We're like, okay, that seems a little odd. But we want to know if you ever got COVID. And the options are no, I never got it. Maybe, not sure because I never got tested. Yes, I got tested and I was positive once, or yes, I was tested and I was positive more than once. That's running right now at KZOC.com.
It's interesting. That's our poll question today because for the second time, a person traveling through LAX has tested positive for measles. They came on a China Airlines flight on March 5th. They were in Terminal B. If you were in Terminal B on March 5th between 7 and 10:40,
Well,
and
we all got vaccines.
We didn't
for that,
all
right? When we were kids.
We didn't all get them, and who knows?
I got one. Did you get one?
I don't know how long does the measles vaccine last?
I think it's a lifetime thing.
Okay.
I'm not a doctor. Where's our doctor friends?
Well,
They all
apparently,
abandoned us when
they're
we
not
didn't,
doing this
get
in
on board.
China. They're not getting measles vaccines in China because there was somebody with measles that came into LAX, and then they visited a nail salon in North Hollywood and a grocery store in El Monte over the following days, and then they were diagnosed with measles right after that. So they were in the contagion period during that time frame. So March 5th from 7 p.m. till a few days afterwards at a nail salon in North Hollywood and a grocery store in El Monte, if you've been to those places. Officials have raised the alarm and said those who may have been exposed should check their vaccination status immediately. How does one check one's vaccination status? This goes, check this.
You call your doctors where you would start, and then they're like, I don't know.
What if I've had like 8 doctors over the last 5 years? Because
call your mom. Call your mom, and if your mom is no longer with you, and and she didn't give you that box of all your crap,
my lovely medical group, the doctors they must not like working there because they're like, as soon as they get hired on, they're like out the door. Like, I'm starting my own practice somewhere else. It's crazy.
Duchess of Cambria writes in. She says, I never got COVID, never got vaccinated. I just used grapeseed extract and ivermectin.
A lot of homeopathic alternative doctors this morning on the program, which there was a time in my life I thought those people were kooks and quacks. Now I believe they're the real medical professionals.
Yeah. And they were poo-pooing the ivermectin. I remember when there was doctors that were coming out saying that they were taking it and they recommended it, but science wouldn't get on board. So but then I was reading an article that they were finding out that ivermectin, which originally I believe was used for animals, big animals like horses, for different things. They found that there was other things it was great for humans. But I didn't really hear any more about that. So it'll be interesting to see. Thanks for writing in, Duchess of Cambria.
Let's see. How long is the measles vaccine? By the way, the health officials in Los Angeles are urging everybody to get the measles vaccination. And I'm thinking, why would you urge everybody to get the measles vaccination if a lot of people already have it? Like the majority of people have it. Like, check your vaccination status first, I guess. I don't know how to do that. And that should be one of those things they teach you in school that are more important than the things that they are teaching in school. Like, okay, let's go over. Refresher, like earthquake drill. Pandemic or somebody arrives at LAX with measles. You got to check your vaccination status. You should get quizzed on that. Because I would not know the first thing about checking your vaccination status. But they're saying,
let's see
get
here.
the measles vaccine.
Let's see. The MMR vaccine is against measles, mumps, rubella. Is that rubella?
Yes, that's how you say it.
Yeah.
Good job.
Anyways, it's a dose given when you're a child around 9 months to 15 months of age. Oh, I got to hit more. Let's see. The second dose about 15 months, 6 years of age, and with at least 4 weeks between the doses. Okay, is that life for life? Then somebody just wrote in that's for life.
Okay.
Thank you, Ben. We appreciate it.
It's the most infectious disease in the world. One patient capable of infecting 9 out of 10 people that they come in contact with. And they
but there was a time.
She went to a nail, or I'm saying it's a she because they went to a nail salon, so I'm thinking it was a female. So they went to a nail salon and went to a grocery store. A lot of people you could come in contact with, not to mention being at an airport.
But if they were vaccinated, you should be fine.
They weren't.
The problem was
that's why they had measles.
No, Jeff. The people at the grocery store she's going to come in contact with.
Oh, okay.
God, you're trying to scare people. But if you got the vaccine, you should be fine. But there was a lot of people that didn't give their kids vaccines because they were worried about autism in the 90s and early 2000s. So I don't know. I know JFK's looking into it. RFK, sorry.
Young children and those who are pregnant
RFK.
or have weakened immune systems are at higher risk for life-threatening complications from these infections. Yeah. The thing is, it's happened at Dulles. It's happened at JFK International in New York. Dulles is in D.C. And
Glad I got vaccinated.
Now LAX. Are we under attack
No,
again from
not under
the world's most infectious disease, bro?
We're not under attack. I don't feel like we are under attack.
Is the
Now,
script being written for another 2020?
You think the NFL is under attack? You think we're under attack?
I'm just saying.
I mean, come on.
I mean, not to
But
sound.
you don't believe in aliens or Bigfoot.
Not
but you
to
believe
sound
in all
like
this other
well,
stuff.
because this is human. This is human caused stuff. And I'll tell you this right now, okay? You were the same. You people were saying the same thing about the COVID stuff, and a lot of it panned out to be right. You know, like, oh no, trust doctors. They know what they're doing. Come on.
Settle down, denier. Listen, there's still a lot we don't know about all that, and that's why it's our poll question. Just curious if you ever
It's not
got it.
like-
By the way,
Measles doesn't come around all the time, and now in the last couple months, it's hit 3 major airports in
in the last couple of
United States.
years, we've been hearing more about it because I think people weren't getting their kids vaccinated.
I saw yesterday
And
that
you're susceptible.
the current administration that's in charge is enacting travel bans. They've got 60 days to figure out what states they're going to have. I mean, what countries they're not going to allow to travel to the U.S. Should China be on that short list now that we got measles coming in? And they're probably not happy about tariffs. And they have access to infectious diseases.
Boy, how do you sleep at night? How do you do it?
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. Don't miss a moment. Subscribe to the podcast on Google, Apple, YouTube by clicking on Jeff and Jeremy at KZOC.com.
You know, eggs are now the focus of Homeland Security. It was illegal immigrants for about 3 weeks, and then they just stopped coming because they realized they couldn't get into the country. So then they're like, what do we do now? There's nobody coming to the border crossings. There's nobody coming to scale the wall. They're like, okay, get on the eggs right now. You got to get on the eggs. Customs officials have made 3,768 seizures of bird and poultry-related products. That's more than 10 times the number of seizures of fentanyl.
Okay. Wow.
There's been a 36% increase in people trying to bring eggs into the country illegally. 36%. Bringing fresh eggs and raw chicken in the country is illegal due to disease concerns like the ones that we talked about in the previous segment, where people that aren't vaccinated with measles vaccine go to nail salons and grocery stores in the greater Los Angeles area. Not to mention spend 3 hours in a terminal waiting for customs to search them. Can't search for measles, apparently. It appears there are more eggs being smuggled in the U.S. from Canada right now than fentanyl.
Okay, wait. I got to play catch up here. So you're telling me people are smuggling in eggs and it's in the black market. So it's
Black market eggs.
marked as something else. Somebody comes and picks it up from the airport or it gets loaded on a truck.
Hey, man,
where does it go then? I mean, I doubt like Vaughn's and Albertsons and
No, they're not selling them.
Store
No,
is buying.
Yeah,
these,
it's like farm stands and stuff like that. Like, the little sign at the end of the driveway that says eggs and it's got an arrow pointing down and you go down. They're like, hey.
I haven't seen one of those. I didn't know that was a thing yet.
Oh, it's all over Paso Robles. You go down the driveway and then they're like, sorry, we're out of eggs, but you a cop. And you're like, no, I'm just here to buy eggs, man. They're like, I got a shipment coming in from Canada next week. Come back on the 21st.
From Quebec, Canada.
Quebec.
What is Trudeau going to do about this? He's letting eggs out of the country. Does he know what he's doing? Come on.
An employee of a No Frills, that's what it's called. It's called the No Frills grocery store in Niagara Falls, says he's spotted Americans crossing the border for cheaper eggs. So there's your tariff angle right there, Doug Ford and Trudeau. Today, put tariffs on the friggin' eggs that you sell in your own country. So people are crossing the border, buying eggs. A dozen eggs at his store in Niagara costs $3.73.
It's a killer deal.
I'm sorry. At the No Frills on the Canada side, of Niagara Falls. So Niagara Falls straddles the town, straddles both
but
sides.
that's Canadian money.
So you go over there and you spend $373 Canadian money.
Oh, it's even better.
Where the dozen eggs on the other side, if you go to the American side of Niagara Falls, it's $4.95 a dozen. So you're actually getting 70% cheaper, because that's usually what the exchange rate, 70 to 80% is
better than what I've been seeing. $8, $9, $10.
Right. Well, because we live in communist states that think that the chickens should run free, man. Let the chickens run free. Don't you want the chickens? What are you? Some kind of anti-animal person? If you don't vote to let the chickens run free, man?
Yeah, you don't have any eggs anymore. You still love those chickens running free?
That just means there'll be more chickens in the world, man. If you're not eating them for your selfish needs, man.
Psst. Hey, you need some eggs?
Hey, I don't have any fentanyl left, but I do got a shipment of eggs coming next week.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.